So, proof. We are a fractional ownership enabler. So here's a question. How has $61 billion per year capital market gone completely untapped for so long? The answer is simple. Affluent millennials just don't want to invest like their parents. So, Proof introduces investments for millennials. Did you know? I'll have to work on this transition. So anyways, did you? I didn't know that these transitions happen like this. 76% of millennials that we surveyed express interest in investing small chunks in the fractional property ownership over saving for a home or investing in stocks. So the current models that we have for millennials investing just aren't there. And they like it because of the low barrier to entry. It's no time to register, like no crazy social security identification stuff. Low cost, so you can get in with $2 or whatever. You can invest as you go, so you can build up a big portfolio over time. You don't have to, and then instant liquidity. You're never locked into an investment. So, with this said, it's cool. So our platform inherently produces valuation appreciation for property developers. So property developers love our platform. This is why. The price rises with demand, and we create the demand because we're tapping into a whole new market for capital. So we give them more exposure, aligned interest, because now people who purchase the fractional ownership, they want the value to go up too, right? And they promote it to their friends. And then that trading volume means that when you go have an appraisal or negotiate a deal to sell the property, you get a greater valuation. Which also means that we can buy the assets at a lower cost than even like Goldman Sachs or any of the big investment funds, because we have a market for actually bringing up the valuation. So 26% appreciation. This is based off of 6 Core's property that you can get that can come just from listing on our platform. So how does blockchain-based whatever? I'll get good at this.
This is your first time seeing this too,
Yeah. So how does blockchain-backed fractional property ownership work? Exactly. Well, basically we just generate tokens. Okay, Jesus Christ, really? Put together the pieces. And here, what are these pieces? Number 1 is the blockchain. Number 2 is the code. Number 3 is the easy user interface. And number 4 is the cryptocurrency. So the blockchain, so I'll explain how that works. So it's 25% blockchain. This makes sure the decentralized nature of a blockchain helps to prevent from system failure. So that's 25% of our whole value proposition, so we can't have system failure. The second is the smart contract code. So we generate standardized contracts on top of the blockchain that tracks ownership records and transactions. So there's never needs to be a third party. 40% of what we do is just our user interface. Before, blockchain technology was only for programmers, and there's only people who could use it. And all we did was add buttons. And easy to use, paint on it. That's what we've done, and that's 40% of our value prop. And the rest is all in cryptocurrency, meaning no one has to trust us to hold their money. Everyone owns their own money that's on our platform because it's on the blockchain. Either in dollars as Tether or with Bitcoin or Ethereum. So, here's the timeline. I'm just gonna fast forward to all these because because I changed all this. I'm still working on this, by the way. It's not finished at all.
So where you got this template from?
Yeah, I bought it on it's $15.
Where?
I don't know.
They got more templates?
Yeah, I put this one, by the way, up for free on. So you don't have to buy it because I put the template up on Slack group.
Oh, okay.
So the first step is legal agreements. So we create legal agreements. We develop templates with previous deals. And then the second one is the lien. So we register a lien to protect investors with the government so that if anything happens, that we're entitled to the money and et cetera. They can't sell off more than our percentage.
I'm glad you said that because when I shared that post on my personal Facebook page, I think that was one of the questions one of my relatives was asking. When he asked, like, oh, do you need to have a broker It's like no, it's technically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so we register a lien for the value. So if it's like 20%, they can't sell 20%. Like they can't sell 120% of the property because before you sell a piece of a property, you have to go through a lien. So basically, before they sell a property, actually it has to go through us. And we have to get our money at least first, and the contract ensures that we actually get the value. So that's how we protect investors. And then the specs, you just go on the website, you put in the information for your thing, your description, everything like that. We generate a smart contract based off of that, which we just explained. And then we do final approval, a screening on the issuer and the contracts before it gets listed. If it gets listed, users invest, and then users trade. So become a part of the growth. I don't know why it's like this, but I'm about to work on this image placeholder. So I gotta put an image there. But basically, 2017, we're doing properties valued at $1 million to $10 million. 2018, we plan to go underlying properties of 10 to 50 million. And 2019 will get even larger. And by the time Dubai has all assets on the blockchain, we'll be doing assets up to $1 billion in value. And we're the first. This thing. Don't worry about the 15 years dedication. We're first real estate assets on the blockchain, first lending on the blockchain, and we're the first RESTful token management API on the blockchain. Blah, blah, blah. That's where I am right now. I'm working on it. I gotta do like the team slides and all that stuff. So
pretty. I like that interaction.
Yeah. So I found a template on the internet, and we're basically we were gonna hire someone to do it, but then I went on and I was like, well, I gotta find a template to give them an idea of what we want. But then I found all these really amazing templates now, and I was like, whoa, we don't even need to hire the graphic designer. So that's how it started. We were gonna bring someone on, but we're still new. So now, so we're currently looking for consultants. We found a few people who've applied that have pretty good track records. We found one guy who's done like $200,000 worth of work on Upwork. He charges $25 an hour. He has 98% approval rating for like business plans and review and consulting. So we're going to bring him on to basically review all of our plan. We're going to bring a few people on to just review our business plan, which we've completed. Now we just need to have a few. We're going to bring on some management consultants to look through it, vet it, help with the numbers, or try to figure out whatever doesn't add up. And then the next thing we're currently doing is we are basically we have several investors who are interested in seeing like our business model and everything, because they've been they like the product. So the product they love, which is really great. We're excited that we're getting interest from investors and that they like the solution. But now what we have to do is essentially, we would develop a business model around the whole thing. Right. So we're presenting that now with slides and with materials. Our business plan is like 20 pages now, so we have to probably shrink it down a little bit.
Longer from the one since I read this morning?
No, it's expanded, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now it's like 20 pages, so we're going to try to maybe shrink it down a little bit. Probably like, I think 15, maybe up to 20 pages will be fine, to make sure we get everything in there. And we're going to go through our numbers, make sure everything lines up. And we'll meet with investors next week and give them the preliminary. Here's the plan that we have. Here are our projections. Here are our slides that we're using to sell developers. We're actually going to use the slide deck mostly to gain more property developers and investors to actually put the properties on our platform. We've been running some ads, getting feedback from the market just from using it. We added mixed panel integration this week, so we're able to track what kind of the user flows to find out like where the bottlenecks are, and figure out how to alleviate that. The big thing I think we realize is that we'll probably get a lot more usage if we add log in with Facebook or LinkedIn. We saw people kind of saw our kind of longish form for logging in. They kind of were like, screw this. A couple people actually went in and did it, but others are kind of like, they get to that login, it's like, that's too much sign up. And so we're gonna do that. And then we put together our product roadmap. The big thing right now is just adding tooltips, mostly just making it so that whenever a user navigates around our site, they can like highlight over something and they can see what it is and what it's for, because all this stuff is very new to a lot of people. So we want to kind of educate them, like when they go to their balances page and it says this is how much Bitcoin you have. Like some people don't even know what Bitcoin is, so when you hover over the B in Bitcoin, it'll say Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. You click here and it'll take you to another page to learn more about it, or Ethereum, or when it's like convert, like well, why convert, right? Like, you know, so just make things really, really simple and just put a little tab where people can turn on and off like the tooltips.
Yeah.
It's always kind of sticks there. And we'll test that. And just keep seeing how users are interacting with the product. We're going to launch the ad campaign, Will You Die Poor or Alone, the survey system.
Oh.
We're going to launch that a survey to get more insight and data, and also give people an entertaining kind of, you know, platform to use to kind of see what their wealth looks like, mostly for the millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hire also some. We're gonna be looking. I haven't posted the job yet for this, but we're gonna be looking for. We want to make like we've been making cartoons with like, you know, how-toons and stuff. Well, I think we want to take it to the next level now. We can get like professionally like animated video. That's what we're gonna work on. Like, yeah, so basically getting someone to create like an animation. And then we want to add more like data visualizations on the platform.
Yeah.
So from a product standpoint, Operation Blind Mother. So our next roadmap is for blind mothers, and essentially what that means is that a blind mother could use our website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna think about like, could your blind mother, who like needs her glasses to look at the computer, could she and would she use our platform? And that's over the next 2 weeks. That's going to be our big focus on product. That's our next release.
Make it where it's simple.
So simple, so easy to use, so friendly that literally the test will be for that one. So we can just call our mothers up and say, hey, go to this website, and then like, what is it? Don't even tell them what it is, and if they have to go on like buy an asset. That's something, or can at least explain what it is. So that's our goal.
Yeah.
Basically. And then if they like call back like, I don't know what this is. All right, why not? Doesn't say, or something like that, or if it was too hard to go back in and just keep iterating on it until blind mothers can use it.
I should ask my friend when he asked me, is this legit? I should say, why you asked this was legit? Like, what made him think what was legit? He's in the military too. So.
Yeah. I think one of the things that make things feel more legitimate, especially with investments, that we don't have, that we're not heavy on right now, that I think that we're going to focus on the next 2 weeks is simple, beautiful visualizations of data. I think kind of always create, if done right, a level of validity to them. When you see charts on something, but not like boring, like too much, but just like very simple, and they're kind of animated and they're easy to understand. I think from a UI perspective, that kind of makes people say, hey, there's real data here, there's something happening here, there's stats. So we're just gonna, instead of saying those things, we're gonna visualize those things. So I think that'll help a lot. Just adding just some polish. I think if people have never heard about a website and they go to it and it's talking about investment, I think it's all about the little things, the footer even, you know, those kind of things. Everything has to be perfectly polished. And if like one little thing is kind of out of place or feels weird, or if there's like one little typo, immediately it's like So I think our big focus is putting that polish on there. That's where we are right now. And we want to get user feedback. You know, that's going to be a big one right now because we're still, you know, just in beta, trying to understand our users more.
So when do y'all want to set up a proof meetup here to showcase once the polish is put on it?
I think for our new release in May the 15th is when we want to put the next release out.
Okay.
So I think that's when we want to do that.
Okay.
Like around May 15th. Hopefully right before we go to Dubai. Hopefully we make it into the competition.
Supposed to hear back just a second.
No, we're supposed to hear back by April 15th.
Okay.
So we're not going to hear back for at least another 2 months. Hopefully in 2 months we hear back, and hopefully it's good news. Otherwise it's still okay. You know, we're applying to a lot of different programs. That's the other thing. So we're going to be hiring someone else this week too, to basically come in and take our business plan and our slides and our videos, and essentially we want to apply to like every fintech program there is on the planet.
Okay.
So we're gonna like all over the world, because the big thing we need right now is I think most people don't know who we are, what we're about, and there are a lot of people who are looking for solutions, from banks to like the Deloittes of the world, to other people who are trying to who are looking for the solution. We developed this solution a large part in partnership with a lot of these large institutions, but they don't really know that this exists now. And so we want to start working on those partnerships with those larger companies. And a lot of them have like programs. Citibank has City Ventures. The government of Korea, they have a program which we actually just applied to today for running fintech, technology and startups, and all these other programs. Dubai, the one we applied to. So we're going to scale that up.
Yeah.
Essentially, take all of our materials. We've already written everything out now, and just make a case. We have a platform that's fully usable and ready to go, with properties and investment opportunities on them, peer to peer. So now we're kind of moving out of just because before we were only focusing on product development only, and now we're with this week with creating our slides and developing our entire business model around our product and the market. We're transitioning. So next few steps, bring in our management consultants to kind of just pound away at everything, get other insight. Make presentation to the first few investors that approached us, create more materials for consumers and other people, like videos and other things. I think that's another answer to the question that someone had was, how do I know this is real or whatever? I think a really professional video, like that's animated, that explains what blockchain is, explains what tokenized assets are, explains how the trading happens, explains how our backend works, explains why it's secure. I think that'll really that's well produced. I think it'll be something that won't do it all, but it'll add to everything. And then also by applying to all these programs, even if we only get into 10% of them, for the 10% of the programs that we get into, or competitions that we become finalists in or whatever, that just gives us more press exposure. And that means that when people look up Proof Suite or Proof Dashboard or Proof Inc. Or Proof Marketplace, they'll see our materials, like Proof Blockchain, what is it, Proof Investment. They'll see that we're in this program with maybe Citibank or with the government of Dubai or whatever. And I think that will help
give you some more credibility.
Yeah. And also bring in more financing, which is great. A lot of these are grants. A lot of these are kind of things like that. So that's great. That's cool. David, do you mind that? You're cool about it? So yeah.
So the investors are here in Korea, or are they outside of Korea?
No, one of the investors that expressed interest is in Dubai, and the other one is in Hong Kong. And they've approached us. So these investors, we haven't even we didn't reach out to them. They kind of just came up to us and were like, "Hey, tell us about this solution. We're interested in potentially investing." And they were like, "Can you send us like slides or plans?" We're like, "We don't have any yet." They're like, "Well, as soon as you get into that part, like, well, okay, you guys focus on product and the market. Like, we'll focus on our market and our product. Everything else will come. We think if we find the right market fit, we have a great product that fits the market." And I think they appreciate that. But now we're putting it all into
which one?
I
think both are pretty.
I think understanding the market's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because the market sculpts the product.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And lately, as reading everything, I feel like we now have a good, clear direction on that market. I'm excited.
Me too. We're all really excited. We're excited to get this out there. We're excited because everything's kind of been put into one big document of how our platform works, our technology, what our roadmap is, where we see ourselves going, how much money we want to grow, what our investment style is going to be, and how we're differentiating from competitors. Obviously we still have to do a lot. It's like they say, business plans are like hearts. They're meant to be broken. So
I mean,
it's
I guess,
like,
but they give you I guess, I like the analogy.
Yeah. So we understand that, and we're basically with that in mind, we're still, we're trying to think through everything, but obviously all that's going to change because as soon as people, as we grow market share, we're going to learn a lot more.
Yeah.
As soon as we expand into new properties, bigger investment vehicles, more regulatory oversight that will come with becoming larger, things will change.
Yeah.
But I think that the key, that's why, the team is the most important thing. You, David, Ty, me, our partners, people, our community, and our legal team, our regulatory team, our compliance team, and as well as our other areas like our sales and marketing, and business development, and even the consultants who are joining now, figuring out how we can work together. I think we have a very solid team that can figure this stuff out. And I'm just honored, such a great team working with such great people.
I'm looking forward to being able to introduce this to the community I already have, like military-wise, and also some people back home in New Orleans or whatever. Because I think people saw that invest $3 and buy a piece of property. They're really like, oh, what? $3? Yeah. So I'm excited to see, especially when we get more credentials. They're like, all right, these guys are legit.
Yeah.
I can put money towards this.
We're starting to get a tick in volume. We went from just us investing, and now yesterday we had people were actually putting a few $100s on the platform and investing in it, and so that's really exciting. And we're not really doing that much marketing or whatever. But we want to obviously grow that from just a few $100s with people who are experimenting with it to millions of dollars. But we have a long way to go to get there. The next iteration of our platform is all in. It's called Fort Knox. That's July. July, and that's literally like a security overhaul. Right now, our platform is pretty secure, but we're because we'll be managing, potentially by that time hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. We want to we put in place some extra security features that we want to enable. The first thing is actually, right now it's secure, but the next stage we have to decide: are we going to focus the next 2 months on making the most secure platform ever, and then marketing to users, or are we going to have a pretty secure platform, create a great user experience to actually gain market information, and if anything goes wrong, we can just reimburse users? And so we said, well, while it's small, we actually want to get the right data, so we're designing the right thing, and if anything happens, we can be liable for it. It's okay. And then that's what we're going to do for Fort Knox. And then by July, when we start getting millions of dollars or more, hopefully, if we're lucky enough, even a few $100,000 on the platform, it's impenetrable and everything. And the great thing is we don't really have to worry that much because everything's on the blockchain, so everything's kind of immutable. It's tamper-proof anyways, which is a great benefit to us because it's not like they can do anything anyways. But as far as allowing users to protect their own private keys, showing them how to protect their private keys, things like that are going to be a lot of considerations that we put together that we are going to work on implementing. So we want to really simplify it. The idea is the key is buy big things in small pieces. And so we're just working to take these large investments. We're putting our own dollars out to buy pieces of these, big pieces of these large investment vehicles like real estate, and then we're basically tokenizing them and allowing people to buy small pieces of it, but in a peer-to-peer fashion. So it's not like a centralized exchange, or it's not like a website can go down and it's all gone. It'll remain there on the blockchain. Because the whole idea is that we can go away, and the money that you have and the assets that you have are still there. That's the real big value prop, is that we could disappear. We don't plan on. We hope proof's around for many years to come, especially with people's money. But the fact that the matter is that we're not actually storing money. We're not actually storing the asset records. That it's decentralized. It's like on a living organism known as a blockchain. I think that's something that we will be very proud if we can get people to understand what one of the key values of this new technology is.
There's no single points of failures.
Bingo.
Like right now it's working, but we want to make sure that there's no little bug that would fuck us instantly, and so all this is being away. So we're trying to
so you're talking about when it's time to pay out dividends?
Exactly.
That's very important. People getting their money is highly important.
That's the most important, right? And then we make the Facebook logins.
I think the Facebook login would be quick and simple. All right, cool, boom, set up my account, I'm good to go. Because with those, you can get emails, you can get their birthdays, you get all the essential information quick and easy.
And that's the standard nowadays. Right now, if I have to actually put my username and my password, I don't want to do it because it's too long if you compare it to all the other sites. So I kind of have to keep up with the tendency.
Some people still use Twitter for the Facebook login, but I don't know. I don't think as many people keep their Facebook.
Twitter's not that great because when you log in with Twitter, you still have to put your email. Twitter actually doesn't even give the email, so it's kind of pointless authentication. I think they really need to fix that.
Facebook gives you everything.
But you have to ask for permission, and we will be. That's the other thing. That's part of our Fort Knox is securely, storing all that information, even the birth date. It's not just about private keys; it's about all user information, about their names and everything. So we'll be focusing on all activity, not just the sensitive data, but just any data on the users is highly encrypted, stored, safe.